Excuse me. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, Ace? What's up, Mel, Maddie, VC, Alexis, King Carnage, Fake Mojo, Sandollar, E? Good morning to each and every one of you. Alright, I just reposted a levels before open chart, excuse me, in the levels channel. SPY levels before open price is starting just above the previous day highs, so we're going to be starting just above this area here today. And yeah, going to be looking to see, do we end up holding previous day highs, or do we end up moving towards 515? If not, do we fail under? And really not really looking at previous day highs from this perspective or this perspective, but kind of what we talked about yesterday in stream. We were kind of looking at the meat of this as an example for a question yesterday, but it's actually funny how this is lining up. If it starts above here and falls, this is where we want to see it hold. So kind of looking to see if that trend line holds or not today, but at the same time, we'll see if the actual zone holds or not. But we got about 2 minutes before open. So everybody should have a pretty good idea who was all here yesterday for the Sunday stream. Throw your hand up or say I or something. But we had a pretty good turnout yesterday, I'm not gonna lie, for yesterday's Sunday stream. Yeah, it says we had 193 views on this. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, almost 40 likes for a Sunday stream. That's nuts. A lot of really good people turned out. Good morning, Maddie. What's up, Fitz, Garden Trader, and Mel inside my Discord? Good morning. Good morning. Got about a minute before market opens. Missed, unfortunately. I was laying poolside. Definitely want to watch it later today, though. Totally fine. And yeah, the point of yesterday was really just getting to the point. So it shouldn't be that long of a stream to go back and watch. But if you already reviewed the weekly watch list, there's no need to. A lot of good talks, though, on that stream, though. Good morning, Kem. Good to see you. Good morning, Green. Missed it, but caught it later last night. Was great. Thank you, Maddie. Threw me off for a second because I saw both of you reply and I only read the Maddie part. I was like, did he just answer me twice? What's up, Jabroni? What's up, you? YouTube, let me know if the music is too loud or not. It shouldn't be. I think I have it too quiet, actually. But it should be fine. Good morning, creator. And yeah, right now, guys, we are starting well above the previous day high. Like I said, we're going to kind of be watching the meat of where this previous day high sits at the 5 minute. And honestly, I kind of want to see, does this line up with this? Let's zoom in real quick, just so I can see. Pan in a little. And I want to see from the previous day close, so Friday's close, to today's open, where is that 50% at? I want to see if it's close to that level or not. It's not. It's at 512.50. That's pretty easy to remember. So yeah, pretty much just looking for a hold of that high. But it's funny where that 50% lines up. It's pretty much the top of the previous day high. Alright, that's not hard to remember. And we don't have to like keep it on our screen. We can just remember that it's there, look for it. So yeah, right now pretty bullish over the previous day high, but it's really just the first minute, so it's really nothing to jump on. But not a bad start for the day for bulls, already starting well over the previous day highs. Looks like Apple, Apple, Amazon, Google are the 3 weak ones from open, but not by a lot. I'd say Amazon and Google are a little bit more weak, but nothing really crazy going on there. Trying to just look for anything that might be going in a different direction than the market. I want to look at the dollar real quick too. So the dollar last week, we saw them fall through the floor, make it all the way to this support. So kind of looking to see, do they get a bullish start off of this, which would be, of course, bad for the equity markets that we all like to trade, but we'll see how that works out. If it ends up cracking support more over time, looks like the market's going to get more of a pump. And yeah, I'm kind of keeping everything y'all had on watch the couple weeks ago, all the way up till now. You've added different tickers on my watch list, and I've continued to watch them. Snow, I'd say, is warming up. I like Intel a little bit more. Okay, let's just switch this chart because I'm trying to zoom it in. Hood, lift, ENPH. Looking for a short signal under 120.28. So I kind of want to see, does more selling pressure pop up right here, or does it pop up right here? Either way, I'm looking for a short signal in between this zone. Could probably remove this fib, but I kind of like leaving it there. How's Tesla doing today? Tesla also, guys, if you draw a fib from here, the close of this day to the open of this day, you get this fib. And you can see they've actually been holding pretty good right now. Above that, we actually have a bullish kicker above Friday close. So nothing crazy yet, but just very impressive. Maybe not a good bullish kicker. Looks like here on the 5-minute we're just getting over it, but did not open over everything. So that is not a bullish kicker. Never mind. A bullish kicker is where the open is over everything. So if it would open like right here, that'd be a kick, which is a lot more momentum than usual. Kind of like SPY. SPY's a kicker, technically. It's opened over the entirety of previous day. Now, to be fair, though, this was a green day, though, so it's not really fair to say this is a kicker. But just going off the open, we just know there's a lot of momentum because of how they opened. Oh, good morning, Hot Hands. Good morning, Spicy Pepper. Good to see you guys. Music is good. All right, good. Good morning, Mikey. How you doing? Good morning to everybody on YouTube and Discord. Trying to welcome everybody at once. You can see, based on our bigger time frame levels too, we're kind of in a weird area right now. We are above 513. So, and remember, on the weekly watch list, we talked about 513, 515 is a really big pivot point. So if we can make a rejection here, bears can start to show up a little bit more on this chart. If bulls start having their advantage inside of the 513, 515s, there's a very good chance that we're going towards 520s. So just kind of watching the strength between these two levels, because that'll give us a really big indication of where we're most likely going. So just a good indication. Right now we can see the bulls have started off pretty good inside of that, just haven't really exited yet. We just have a slightly higher open over the weekend. In these moments, I really try not to move around too much, because I feel like these are the perfect times to lose a lot of money. Is when we don't know shit. Like, because we're sitting above resistance, so it's very bullish. But at the same time, that doesn't always mean price has to go up. if people take profit because they don't have strong hands to hold through the weekend hold, and they think, all right, maybe this is it, then it's going to go back down to where it jumped from. It's going to most likely hit that previous day high, that previous day close. And then a lot of people, when that starts to happen, they jump into shorts because they think it's going to keep going. And then by that time, people are buying it back up because it's back to its original trend. Sometimes it just hits this, and then that's when sometimes it can keep going up or start to reject, and that's where even more money is lost. So it's just, I don't know, it's kind of awkward. You really do got to wait till you see something with good concrete, like something very concrete. You see something like that hold, like it comes down to previous day close and shows like 5 hammers that are showing they want to go up. Take that trade. Now, if they come back to the previous day close, they reject the meat of the previous day high, and they're showing us hammers that want to go down, then it's like, all right, well, we're getting in shorts. But it's a concrete decision, though. It's not just like, all right, I'm randomly getting in. Because, be honest, right now you'd be getting into a lotto if you took a trade. If you're getting calls right now, you're in a lotto. I'm sorry to tell you. If you're getting puts right now, you're in a lotto right now. Like jumping in for a quick from the open trade. I kind of want to jump to the 1 minute so we can see what's actually going on. Because we saw a little bit of a dip under today's open, but no follow-up. And then we saw a little bit of just slowdown, and we're still just kind of stuck in that same slowdown, just battling at this today's open. So nothing crazy yet. New high of day, finally. Maybe we won't get a retest. I'm gonna hold my cursor over today's open just for a better look. Good morning, whoever joined in here. Ash Millie, good to see you. Good morning, Manny. Make sure you guys have a water next to you or something. Oh, and Ace. Shout out to Ace. This weekend he posted some really cool stuff. So if you guys go into the Discord, make sure to type his name in. If you have access to, I don't even remember what channels he posted in. I saw Lifetime, and then was it Trade Floor as well? I don't remember, but whatever 2 channels he posted in, everyone needs to go look at that. Oh, and you tweeted it, I'm pretty sure. $5.14s. I'll pull up the tweet. If I can find it. Oh yeah, here it is. He pinned it to his page. Here we go. So this is something cool that Ace showed. Sorry, this is a little awkward for you guys on Discord. But I'll link the tweet. Here it is on Trade Floor. But basically, he released a bunch of really cool stuff, and I hope you guys check it out. But he released a risk management calculator, which you guys should already have this from me and Leland. A trading journal, which you could already technically have that from my trading journal that I had posted from my trade log. And then he also gave a good trade summary. But he gave it all in one. So you guys should definitely check this out. I'm not going to hide this info. But pretty cool. Ouch, that one kind of hurts my head looking at all white. Would have went 30%. Very clean. You look like a nerd, Ace. Let's have a good time. Let's stay positive and strong. I agree, Manny. I agree. Tesla is ripping. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. I mean, look at how clean that is. I hope we see Tesla at 200 again. Never say hope, like I just did. Alright, move the chart back. I'm gonna just watch it on this for a little bit. Good morning, Carter. How you doing? Oh, alright, so he said he put it in results and review as well. Okay, yeah, that's the other channel it went in. So if you have access to the Discord, result and review channel. Very, very cool post. I see Google has turned green. I see Amazon has taken back a lot of its losses, but I've seen Apple has gotten weaker from open. No break of 182.30s though. I want to check the sectors real quick. Just kind of see positioning. Where is everything? Because a couple sectors are up and against resistance that they weren't perfectly touching last Friday, and then some of them are hitting them and kind of slowing down. So we could see XLK clearly at a resistance of 204. So 204 is a good trigger. We see them push 204. We know they want to be more bullish. Why isn't it going down? Oh, there we go. Zoom this down to the 6 months so I can see a little better. And you can see we're kind of at a resistance here at 142. So we got a trigger of XLK. What did I say? 204? Yeah. Key sector levels. XLK 204. What did we say on XLV? 142. Banks XLF. Kind of a weird one on this one. Let's say 40.92. Nah. 41.13 to 41.26. Sorry, I'm typing this all out. Discretionary. What's like the level? Actually, you know, we keep choosing ones that are above, but in this scenario, I'm actually looking at the one underneath. I'm gonna say 178.90. And then XLC. 81, really. 80, 42, and 81. My bad, we're going back to SPY. I just wanted to write down some key levels real quick, just so I can remember. Go to the 1 minute. They're grinding up towards 514.81. Pretty clear retake of today's open. We have a little bit of a midterm retest. If you go from today's open to the first slowdown with the fib, you'll see they just came down and held that fib. So this is what we call a midterm retest. A hidden retest is actually my favorite type of retest, because what you're seeing is not a pullback to the perfect level, and it's not a single candle retest, which is, we're on the 1 minute, so it's kind of hard to say that. When on the 5 minute, it is a literal single candle. But on the 1 minute, not a bad look. You saw this kind of retest on the 5 minute though. Very, very, very strong trend. That's why they're called the hidden retest, because it's not a retest of the most obvious level ever. The level, like let's say you were looking at this level, the level we drew our fib from. That would be pretty obvious because that's today's open. It's very obvious. So they're not always going to retest that. The single candle retest, it's not really fun to trade those because they don't always pop up and they don't always give you what you want. They're not as high probability. So what do we like the most? The hidden retest, because if you take a fib from the breakout of a level you're watching to the high of the first move that it breaks out, I don't care if it's like 20 cents or $3, the difference does not matter. The in-between area, the 50 and 65%, the golden pocket and control point, as you know it, these combine as an area that can be retested and are very, very effective. And this is why I like to look at these, because it's a little bit hidden. Not everybody's going to be looking for that exact type of level. Now they're smacking the minus 50% fib. This is just an extension of everything. So if you take this off and make it just a normal fib, you'll just have this. We have extensions added on as kind of targets outside of that. Now it's not really an amazing thing to do. for this, because as you can see, it's like 20 cents, another 20 cents, nothing really crazy. But in bigger scenarios in the 5 minute, definitely a lot more helpful. Good job, Mel. I see you're getting into your, or taking some profits on some of your game plan there on Apple. Talked about the weakness on Apple, and they have dropped a lot more since then. What's up, West Park? What's up, Shaq? What's up, anybody I might not have said in the Discord? Good morning to each and every one of you. It's a wing. Oh, okay, you're holding it. Okay. Anybody do anything cool this weekend? Any crazy things happen, or any cool news anybody might have to share? You guys just have a chill weekend. How was everyone's weekend? And welcome everybody on YouTube as well. Got over 45 people in there right now. Glad to see you all. What kind of concert is that? Is that country music, I'm assuming? Luke Combs concert, it was amazing. Derby and Bruins party. New high of day, 514.36. They're pushing through the next extension. Most high probability target, if they close above this extension, is 514.50. Then we got 515 basically. A good rejection of this and break of that 100 or 0%, sorry, at 514, that could bring us back down to the midterm hidden retest right here. And a break of that, well, that's just not pretty at all. Headed to Kansas tomorrow. What are you doing in Kansas? Or are you just making a joke that's over my head? Good weekend. Tried to keep up with the Drake and K-Dot beef. Yeah, that stuff's getting a little wild. Drake's latest one was pretty wild too. Visiting your brother? Oh, okay. It's a really weird way of saying you're cameling drugs across the border, Adam, but I'll accept whatever you're doing, dude. He said scoop me. What's up, for profit? Mule life. I'm kidding, of course. Adam is not a camel. He's not a drug mule. We're good. At least I don't know that. Nice. I see coins finally moving a little more. They're still not past pretty much any of the key areas, and I've pretty much given up on watching this in-between fib, so I'm just going to watch the important areas. But nice positive sign after this little bit of a retest they've had from this area, so good to see direction, at least. See if they can work towards 239, 239 being a pretty damn strong resistance point right now. At the other hand, you have 217.50s as a very strong support, but also it's been given up a few times, so every time we see a good close under that, it's a pretty good trade down. BA, while everyone's ignoring it, is back up to the 180s again. Talked about this just weird theory where every time the market sees something die off like this, it just ignores it. A lot of inside candles form. Of course, this one kind of sucked because they had a lot of earnings related info too, so that helped it a little bit. But ever since then, just been grinding back up. We're in the 180s again now. So I'm not saying this is going to be super bullish and you're going to see Boeing in the 200s right now, but it is kind of making the case for that sooner or later. So if you get a good rejection here, which I am expecting a pretty good rejection, if you see any kind of candle that appears like this, short this thing right now. With the good intention of not staying in that trade if it gets above the 180 230s. But I do like this over time towards the upside, but this is going to set up really good short-term downside trades, so just keep that in mind. And that's just based off my system. If you want to trade whatever the hell you want to trade, that's on you. I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be your financial advisor or anything. See, Visa, MasterCard got a little bit of green in them. Nothing crazy though. FedEx, I am actually surprised it didn't make it to 257. That's got a lot of strength in it at whatever level this is. It's pretty much 260. I really thought that was going to come down more. Moderna, Snow. I see Snow still having problem at that resistance. 160.50, pretty big key level on Moderna. Going back to SPY after looking at the daily for a little bit, we can see we're still having problem with 514.30s. A little bit of a loss and retake at 514s. Damn, Daffy got a hit on Adobe. Nice job, Daffy. Waking up slow today, overdid Derby. Damn, we got a couple people who went to the Derby. Were you and Ace at the same one? A drug alpaca. What did I come back to over here? Slanging the BB system to the youth. Okay. Prop Street says, what's your system? It's our system. You're right. You're right. I did word that wrong. It's not my system. It's our system. Our system. Alright, I got which derby for profit went to. Ace, what derby did you go to? This mother. He said also watched Workshop 11. We need a good cap. Oh wait, I do have one. I have a cap soundboard. Sorry if that was too loud. Oh wait, you two probably didn't hear that. Should we get a BB horse for next year's derby? And juice it with PEDs? Of course. That sounds fun. No, let's not do that. That would be cool though, meet up at a horse derby though. Ace can show us how he wins his millions. Watched Workshop 11. This guy. Let's see. What kind of news was there today? I didn't even read it. Japan holiday. There's no important news today. Okay. Fed Barkin speaks pretty much at like an hour before the close, an hour and 10 minutes before the close. Fed Barkin speaks, and then an hour before the close, Fed Williams speaks. So you have two speakers basically at the start of power hour. So I guess the big caution is wait around then. Should be fine before that though. So we have a good push beyond today's open. Having a little bit of trouble at 514.30s. Still above today's open though, as well as still above previous day excuse me, previous day high. Sorry. Watching Disney and Google price action for upside. Nice. I feel like I don't see as many people mention Disney. Damn, they're back at 115. See, I'm one of those people. See, I was kind of in the mindset they were still here. This is that theory I'm telling you all about. I don't know what we should call it, but it really, or it might already be a thing. But it's crazy. Like, really, seriously, everybody kind of ignores the chart or ignores what this thing is doing, and then over time it works itself back up. It's like there's more true investors in the chart, so it works itself back up. Versus like everybody looking at it, where there's going to be mixed opinions and it's not going to be holding up as well. But nice to see Disney back in the 100s again, by a lot. And holding a very good amount of base. If you look here, they have one low, good higher low with the hammer holding that. From there, they have a higher low. From there, they have another hammer holding that. And they're kind of back down to that first one right here, that hammer. But looks like earnings is going to get them good. So they're moving up right before earnings. I bet that comes down and at least test this low. But if something good happens or something random, they'll probably be over these highs. I don't know what the expected move is for Disney's earnings, but very interesting chart price action wise though. They are losing support now. Still above today's open, but that's just about it. The Schwab switch happens in 6 days. I can't believe that's finally going to happen. We've been waiting for TOS and all that to switch to Schwab for I don't remember how long now. It's been a while. I mean, they technically already have, but the whole system and everything. Which, again, I don't think Thinkorswim's going to actually be affected. I just think they want to get you on their system. But, pretty cool. Retake of 514's happening still. No push beyond 514.30s again. And an instant pullback. See what happens from here. We'll start letting some more candles close, and then we'll probably switch over to the 5-minute over a little bit more time. It's only been 28 minutes, and we really still don't have that much information. We've pushed beyond today's open, didn't have really any room for dropping any more from there. And then from that move, we've actually held a good bullish midterm retest. Now a break of 513.89, break of 513.94, that orange yellow area, that would be pretty bearish. And if followed up by today's open breaking, that would be even more bearish. But until then, we have to assume buyers are still in somewhat control. But we can definitely feel the weakness on the chart. I think all of us are seeing that. Looks like tech is working itself back up. That's a good sign for them, while healthcare pulls back. So we have the top two weights of SPY battling each other, going opposite directions. Very normal. Comms also pulling back a little bit just recently. Looks like banks are getting some more weakness, rejecting today's open on a lower high on the 1 minute. Discretionary holding up pretty well. That's from your Tesla, Amazon. So we have a pretty weird mix right now, honestly. I'd say a couple more not. Some sectors are kind of pulling back but holding above good areas still, so it doesn't look super ugly yet. But it looks like there's a little bit more positive than negative there. Especially if tech and healthcare decide to be on the same page. Like if you start seeing healthcare hold support from what it just did, and it starts moving up with tech moving up, that should bring some green on SPY. If that happens, of course, you need to see XLK and XLV do the same thing at the same time. Because as of that update just now, they were not doing anything. Wait, they already changed. Yeah, we have XLK smacking 204 and rejecting right now in the 1 minute, while you have some green popping up at 141. So they're both at their key levels right now too. Remember the key levels post we did? We already have a couple hitting them. So we need to look for lower highs or higher lows at these areas. Go back to SPY. No, I don't want to trade that. Go away. Go away. Alright. Back to staring at it. Now that we've updated it over a couple times, looked at the sectors, we understand what to look for now. Good morning, whoever just joined. Good morning, Valdora. I didn't see you. Be sure to drop a like if you're on the YouTube stream. It definitely helps out the channel a ton. Got a little over 50 people in there right now. Still just seeing weakness around the 514.30s. Listening from work. Good stuff on that Adobe trade, Daffy. I saw that. That was a nice trade. You got humbled on Friday. Yeah, sometimes in the moment it doesn't feel good, but after the weekend goes by, it definitely makes you remind yourself, okay, I'm only human. You're not gonna be untouchable in the market, so just accept it. But good job, Valdora. Hope your weekend was good, man. Right now we have a potential higher low. You could make the potential case that this is a higher low of the midterm retest. So this could be the most bullish price action we've seen. It just looks kind of ugly because we're just still rejecting the same area. I want to see what this looks like on the 5 minute. Probably looks a little less intoxicating. Yeah. A little less claustrophobic on the 5 minute. I kind of want to see what that fib looks like on this time frame too. Where am I at? Here we are. So today's open to the first high before slowdown. Yeah, and it's a completely different fib. I might just remove this and just watch this. From today's open to today's high. So technically, we're actually doing a full term, or a midterm retest still. Just hasn't done anything from here. So I guess 514 is really our trigger. Does that hold or break? Pretty set on that one. I'm just going to put a fib here, or a level here. Make it a little easier to look at. And we don't have to have that trend line there anymore. Let me zoom this back out real quick. Kind of want to show off a little bit of the previous day so we can see that based on the chart we are well above the previous day highs. Put that in here. Sinful goes into chat and spams AI. That will pump it. We've seen that in the past. Well, in most people's case, what company was it? Wasn't it Google, actually? Not this previous time around, but the time before. Pretty sure one of these bigger tech companies said AI a bunch of times, and they actually went down pretty heavy. Worked for everybody, but whatever company I'm thinking of. It's It's kind of funny. NVIDIA really set the tone with that, I swear. Sorry, I'm trying to make the chart a little bit easier to see. And I still kind of want to show off the previous day highs. So still just seeing a bullish retest hold. AI doesn't work for PayPal. Oh, it was PayPal, not Google. That was PayPal. Yeah, they tried saying AI and that did not work out too well. Yeah, just too choppy on the 1 minute, so I switched to the 5, just because it was a little bit easier to look at. AI doesn't work for Adobe. AI doesn't work for Chipotle. Simful's got the whole list. The AI blacklist. IWM, they're kicking ass today too. Damn, NVIDIA. That's probably where most of the tech strength came from. B not looking too hot after earnings. Tesla is still above previous day high even with this nasty little pullback from the highs just now. Meta on the slow grind down, but still holding above their previous day highs. ExxonMobil, nice little move. Looks like some energy charts are getting some movement. We don't really look at energy as much, but it looks like healthcare has done a really good job. I just now noticed what that said. Earlier this said 0.08 or something to the downside. Now it's positive 0.40, meaning healthcare has made a significant bounce from its lows, while tech has held its highs. Has anything else gotten strength? Okay, that's a significant sign that bulls are on the chart. One day I'll find the perfect mix on that. And I'm gonna mess it up instantly by doing this. Oh my god, Sophie moving. Two-day, 5-minute. No, 1 day, 5 minute. So all the typing I was doing just now, I want to give everybody a little bit of insight into. So I said XLV buyers showed up at the same time as XLK. So healthcare and tech seeing buyers at the same time finally. And that's what made SPY get a new high of day just now. But, and then this is my kind of reiterated point, we're at posted key levels. Nothing crazy yet though, because XLK tech is at a key level as resistance right now. Buyers have control on pretty much all these charts right now, but only for so long in my opinion. Just because a lot of these charts are approaching key areas. We're getting awkward timing pushes by different sectors right now. So even if we do get a nice fat green day, I do believe sooner or later you're about to get some more short-term downside. But we'll look for that in a calculated manner. We're not just going to be like, all right, grab puts now. No, don't. We're not going to be random. Haven't been on IWM as much lately. Need to get back to it. Yeah, man, don't stray away from it. If it's something you like to stick with. If you're trying to make a change, then yeah, you don't have to trade it. But if you want to have that focus on it, definitely don't bully it out of your list. I don't think I did see you mention it the past couple days, but it is kind of nice to take a break every now and then. Because you were trading it like literally every day, so not a crazy thing to take a like day or two break from it. Not a bad thing. I just like looking at it because it's pretty important. I know for a fact if I'm not having a fun time looking at SPY, maybe not 9 times out of 10, but pretty close to it, I go to that IWM chart. It's a lot more entertaining, or there's an attractive setup, or there's something that pops up to me, or it just is actually moving. That's a nice thing too. Tobias said, broker almost set up. Are you feeling the hype? Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Set my stop too tight and got took out of my runner when I had to walk away. Oh well, though, still green. Good job, Maddie. I'm assuming you took an upward play. Haven't touched anything yet. Good job, Carter. Yeah, honestly, if you didn't take a trade off of like 514 to the upside, I really don't see anything attractive besides just taking an upside play with a tight stop right now. Because we don't really have anything yelling at us that sellers are here yet. I was just kind of drawing out that little caution flag because I just want everyone to know we are at resistance on probably the most important sector at 204. And then what did I say on XLV? It was like 140. Yeah, 141. And XLV 141. That's key. Top 2 SPY sectors. Noxta said, I didn't backtest it, but he said 15-minute shooter and 5-minute tweezer top. Oh, I love when it does that. It just like keeps me on the pan tool. We'll do like that. He said all the levels are on the screen. Don't be a hero. I'm gonna pin that. Someone put that on a t-shirt. Wait, I missed a couple messages. Oh, you want Boeing to the downside? Yeah, I think it looks good where it is now for good risk reward for more downside. But I won't lie, some upside was needed for that chart. Or else it's too obvious. He said since Boeing is Boeing, hopefully they won't send Hitman my way now. You entered the hidden retest at 9:42 Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so 8:42 my time. I want to look at your trade. 8:42, 8:42, 8:42. Okay. So yeah, that first area we looked at together, because we took a fib from here to here, and we're just saying, okay, this is a good kind of show of hands by the buyers. Okay, nice. So yeah, it's not a bad one. Kind of sucks you didn't get a good extended move from it, but very, very nice entry. No, because if you're going to enter calls, it needs to be a good passive entry, and I would say that one, and then whatever that 5-minute hammer was, I would say those were two decent indications, but both of those moves have not gotten that crazy of a move yet. And who knows, maybe that's high of day for all we know. We have no idea. Sorry, I'm trying to keep all the levels there. He said this is fame. The small wick on the 1 minute at 9:57 took me out at break even. Maybe could have put stop at the hidden retest spot instead, but didn't want to give any back. Not a bad mindset. I'm not going to criticize that one. It's good to be in control. It's good to want to keep your gains. But rocket launch, they had 3 issues last time, and now they are flying humans. I would never set foot on that rocket, just like I'd never go in some... Oh, yeah. Let's not make fun of the the submarine thing yet. A little too early still. Though the internet was pretty crazy with that one. They were roasting that submarine off the rip. Like, as soon as it happened, there were memes. I see Nox's message in chat. He said gas is non-stop pumping. I see Exxon from what we looked at earlier did keep going. They did not want to slow down. While here on SPY, we are seeing a little bit of a slowdown. Let's go check those key sector levels. We see 204s on XLK. I'm going to just go check these two. So we see tech is struggling. At the same time, healthcare is struggling. Sorry, I'm like brain farting. Trying to say all these names. Okay, so we have a slowdown at the same time. It's nice to see those working together for once. If we see that continuing, that'll be a very strong indication of direction on the SPY chart, because again, these are just big pie slices of the SPY chart. SPY is just a big pie. These are the slices, and these are the ingredients. Well, most of these are. Some of these aren't in there. Still seeing buyer presence hold that little bit of an area we have. We have today's open and then a fib, but we're just kind of going off that wick now, which is where that fib is, or close to it. Millionaires in a submarine controlled by an Atari joystick get no love. Jesus. Somebody said in chat, Noxa said this, Netflix is moving, and indeed they are. They finally got a close over that fib area last week. Good for them. Now will they work towards 600s? Because they seem to have a trouble, or they had trouble last time holding 600s. Like, once they got here, not really that many candles held that area. Then they had the gap down from earnings, of course. They're famous for going down on earnings. Delta Airlines working itself back up to the top of its supply. MPH. Nothing new there. I won't look at swing setups yet. I keep doing that a little bit too early. We'll go to the 1 day 5 minute. And still just seeing, are we going to get a directional move past the 515s? Are we going to get a drop that breaks today's open and give us a good directional move towards 513s? We don't know. Everyone knows the market is moving because, never mind, I'm not reading that. Excuse me. Alright, we're just kind of getting a little bit of a retest there on NVIDIA. I'm kind of watching the semis a little bit because we're trying to see momentum pace. I'm also trying to keep switching between XLK and XLV because XLV is right back to where it was when I said, oh, it started to look more impressive now. They're just making a lot of big choppy moves today. So I won't be surprised if they break down. And if we do not get over 204s on XLK, I have to assume that SPY is coming down soon. If the top two sectors can't get anything going. Now, if they just start chopping and holding in a range and SPY starts holding in a range, that's a different story. But positional-wise, they are definitely in a better spot for short term. For tech and healthcare. Kind of messing with it too because you have other sectors popping off. Like you have energy doing super well today. You have part of the tech sector doing well today. So that's going to throw it in a little bit of a loop as well. Ooh, Ulta still going down. Jesus. What's the next zone on that? I guess I got to draw that now. The bottom zone. Let's just cheat and go to that one. Apple and Microsoft in sync today, both up at open, then down, and now bouncing back up. Good call out by Sand in the trade floor. Very, very nice call out on the weights. Love reading messages like that. Gives a clear picture in our heads on what the market's trying to do. Good morning to anybody I might not have said it to in Discord or YouTube. If you're on YouTube, please be sure to drop a like on the stream. It does help out the channel a ton. And this is to everybody, but I hope you guys check out Sunday's stream. And if you don't want to watch Sunday's stream, you can just go straight to the levels that were posted in the weekly watch list channel. So pretty much everybody has access. Since it was my 25th kind of post of the levels that I've been doing every Sunday, I thought I would do a open event for everybody. So I did that yesterday. Had a really good turnout. A lot of cool people showed up. And of course, we got to do the weekly watch list live. Which I think when I make those on my own, I can do it in about 40 minutes. I think our stream was like an hour and 20 or so. So, I mean, it wasn't that much, you know, different than how I usually do it. I'd probably just took a lot longer because of explaining and stuff. But that was a lot of fun yesterday. Oh, we're still looking at Ulta, my bad. I'm not gonna lie, I just like the price action on that. The pattern looked kind of cool as it was coming down. Come on. Like I said before, we're holding a bullish retest. It's just really awkward because we're not getting any, you know, extended moves from this. We're struggling in this area. And I genuinely believe it's the bouncing of sectors because remember what I said, you want tech and healthcare to do the same thing. Right now they're not. And then a couple other sectors started mixing in too, so I think you're just getting a weird kind of settling day, if that makes sense. Like, I'm trying to think of a good example. was there. Wait, is Kevin M. Mangekyo Kevin? It has to be. Oh yeah, I did see you there. I saw you type in there. I saw you type. Valid. I'm not gonna lie, we have a few Kevins, so when I saw a Kevin M type, I'm like, this ain't him. No, it's you. Still getting a little bit of a lower high under today's high of day at the moment. Still sitting above 514. Not really much to update here on the SPY chart. Kind of just want to switch through and just kind of look at some other stuff for a bit. We saw IWM push over the previous day highs. We saw them push over 204.53. They are now struggling, slowing down. So we'll see if we get a bit better retest of that first breakout. If you see a hold of 204, which is funny because we're watching 204 on XLK, then you should be bullish on that. But right now, guys, like I said, that scenario that I think is going to play out is happening now. We are still getting a rejection of 204, but we're not getting any extended move away from this. And then also at the same time, healthcare is getting buyers again, so kind of messing with it again. We need a drop of 140.80s for bears to step in. The rejection and pull away from 204s on tech at the same time would be very bearish. But if we do not see that, we have to assume that buyers are going to keep taking this chart up. But there is a scenario where bears take over completely, so just kind of keeping everybody, you know, in check on both. Not trying to scare anybody. Just going off the sectors. Y'all should do that more too. Go through the sectors, just the top like 3 or 4 here and there, and just try, or just maybe just the top 2. Just focus on the top 2 for a bit. But it definitely helps giving direction on the market. Oh well, at least on SPY. It's a me, a Kevo. Actually, I'm Peoples. Y'all just switching places. Y'all should switch accounts too. Give Peoples your account, and Peoples give you his account. See whose life changes sporadically or not. You're Bueller? So I get to be creator then. Awesome. I get to show up into the chat and type random ass stuff all the time. Let's go. Actually, you've been pretty good lately. I haven't seen you be so random lately. I think Ace has taken some of your fire, actually. Low blow. Yeah, my bad, man. I mean, I had to. Nah, creator's cool. Creator's cool. Don't get me started on that Peoples guy, though. Jesus. He said, I did bring up how we should get a derby horse. You did. See, I already forgot about it. That's funny. He's like, see, I'm still random. Ace, I have a weird feeling one of your pages are gonna blow up one day. Like your Twitter page. I'll type a message that only Peoples will get. This is how I know my guys. I know everybody in here. I can make inside jokes with anybody. Look at this. Only Peoples will get this. Gatsu. There you go, peoples. You can never say I didn't do anything for you. Creators pretending to get it. You see this, peoples? Such a joke. Still holding a potential higher... Sorry, guys, I'm bored. We're holding 514s on Spy. I like the multiple lows that we're now holding here. Whereas this by itself, man. This by itself, man. We get this to go along with it, looking a lot better. The rule of 3. Still not that crazy, though. Also, we kind of need to keep our eyes on healthcare, as they're holding, or potentially trying to hold the 140.89. And does XLK get any kind of push beyond 204s? See, y'all are so off topic. Me talking to y'all for 5 seconds got me off topic. See, he doesn't get it, peoples. It's not people's guts. Why you gotta think of guts as a thing? Like, it could be a person, for all you know. You never know. I see our top 5 sectors are all still green, too. That's pretty impressive. Gatsu. New high of day. Now, can y'all give us an extended rally beyond the high of day? Not just a higher close or a higher push and then a fall. There's the top. Yeah, it sure feels like it. I'll be honest with you, the buyers are struggling. See, the bears, you can't really hate on them yet because they haven't really had a chance of rejecting something or breaking a piece of structure like 514 or today's open. But the bulls have held on to multiple highs, or sorry, multiple higher lows above 514. So there's no excuse for them not to push through 514.81 unless there really is some weakness here that we're just not seeing. Definitely, and that's what I mean by feeling it. Like, we're not seeing it, but we see this isn't right. Like, that's what I mean by feel. Don't actually go off of how you feel. But just kind of drawing conclusions from what we're looking at. Gatsu. Oh, peoples, I showed some of my friends that episode, if you know what I mean, that episode, and yeah. Just the whole time, what the? Just super surprised. Every time I see them dip to 0.08, I see it go back up. 204 being tested again. That's funny, peoples. Yeah, I was like, one of these guys from my chat showed me this scene. I was like, y'all gotta see this. I was like, I wouldn't otherwise show you something like this, but this is pretty insane. And now they don't go to sleep. Now they just have nightmares all the time. So I appreciate you peoples for that nightmare fuel. I guess I should get around to reading it. I'm just not into reading mangas or anything, but I kind of do want to read that one just because there is no like visual of it, you know. I really want to read that one just because of it. This new high of day is holding still. That's all I can really say. We have a little bit of a bouncing action going around 140.89 on XLV, and we're trying to see if XOK breaks 204. Alright, it's at 0.08 again. Does it do it again? Does it bounce? Every time I've checked this and it said 0.08, it bounces. This time it's not going to because I'm paying even more attention. If XLV drops under this level and XOK remains under 204, we will see some red on SPY. If we see the opposite and they bounce, we're going to see a lot of green on SPY. If they just keep bouncing and range trading and jump rope, I always call it jump roping because that's what it feels like. Where they just jump rope this level, they go up and down over it, down under it, just over and over today, making it very indecisive. Probably gonna get a weird range trade day today on SPY. I can already kind of tell that just between looking at those two this morning, just because of the amount of movement they've made SPY do, just with this. Just tracking it candle to candle, getting that context before it was, you know, happening, while it's happening. Of course, after the market's close today, we can review again. Alright, is there anything up that's like crazy up? We saw Netflix was doing really good. We saw, I think Coin was doing really good at one point. Okay, they've slowed down too. Apple's kind of all over the place. We saw Nvidia was doing very well. They've had one small pullback, nothing crazy. And now they're kind of reacting under their current day high right now. Berk B was looking a lot worse earlier. They've got a nice spike up, so at least one of the bank stocks moved back up. Let's see how that chart looks real quick. We haven't really been checking the smaller sectors of SPY as much. We're kind of just seeing the same thing across all five. Oh, and there is XLV breaking lower. Will they actually make a new low of day though? And at the same time, we are rejecting away from 140s on that. We are getting a little bit of red on SPY here. So this is kind of the early comings of what we're looking for, but nothing crazy really. We're just not getting enough movement from either side. It's definitely leaning towards bears the more we're sitting here, in my opinion at least. Flushing to 150? That would be wild. Good call up by Kevin, talking about the level before current day open, and if broken, that'll be what helps us test current day open. Anybody have any breakfast yet? If so, what did you get? I'm just interested. and hungry. Okay, here we go. Adam said 3 cups of coffee. Creator said 4 Loco. Elisa said yogurt and blueberries. That actually sounds amazing. Alexis said homemade egg sandwich with avocado and bacon. Damn, Alexis. And coffee for show. Nice. And then Sinful saying he's shotgunning a C4 for the culture. Good to hear. See, everybody's different. Some people have breakfast. Some people are literal tanks. Yeah, 4 Loca. I don't know which one's crazier, the 4 Loco as breakfast or shotgunning a C4. I think y'all are equally heinous. I actually believe Sinful too. That's the weird part. I don't even doubt that he shotgunned to C4 for in the morning too. I don't even actually doubt him. That one wasn't even to be funny. That might have actually been him telling the truth. C4 all day, lol. Dandelion tea, about to make my morning smoothie. Wow, that sounds really good actually. I've never had that before. Morning smoothie, what's involved with that? Make it worse, shotgun a 4 Loco. No, that's crazy, people. I should just not read people's or creator comments half the time. Alright, see what's being said in trade floor. I gotta see what's going on. Okay, I need to quit reading trade floor. Jesus. Let's go, Misi Morning Smoothie Gang. Shotgunning a C4 helps me see 30 seconds into the future. Oh my god, I didn't even think about it like that. I see now. So that's why you do it in the morning. You wait till market open and then you see 30 seconds into the future. You're like, oh, this didn't do anything. So you just go on about your day. That's smart. It's like Jumper, but with way more steps and not as much profits. Hey, Matty Ice, let's go. I have one every morning. I love it. Super healthy and nutritious. Nice. Press the button that says test 513 and tags Mel. Hey, good morning, Sal. Good to see you. Well, guys, it's been about an hour and a half. How have you been this morning? I know we haven't had that much action. We've tried finding some on other charts. We've seen some. Tesla, Netflix, Nvidia, a couple others. Nothing crazy. Spy itself, though, kind of settling, like I said earlier, with the sectors bouncing up and down, trying to figure out what they want. Because right now you have the tech chart, the most important spy weight, sitting at a resistance, really deciding does it want to push beyond 204 or not. At the same time, on the other hand, you have the second most important sector, healthcare. They're sitting at a level that, if held as support, can definitely be bounced from and definitely be very bullish, but if lost over the course of not just today but this week, can make the chart a lot more bearish. So seeing a lot of jump roping around very, very, very important levels on very important sectors. I need to clip that part. I swear, peoples, you have such a way with words. Noxta's response, though, honestly, top tier. Always call people's lil bro. Always call him lil bro. It's a comedy show on the trade floor right now. Oh my god, bro. People says, notice how he didn't say you, tags creator. And then creator just straight up types, spy baby. Oh my god. There's way too many inside jokes in this chat. Y'all need to get back on task. Way too many inside jokes. And then he hit you with the lil bro. Oh, that's funny. Alright, back on task. Let me see what Carter's saying. He said, still have yet to get in anywhere, which is big time because I've been very impatient and jumpy in these little moves in the past. Ah, good stuff, Carter. Yeah, man, honestly, you gotta find strength, you gotta find comfortability in not taking a trade, which is a weird thing to say, and an even more weird thing to adapt to, because it really is. Like, you get into trading, you understand that you have the power and the quickness to get in and out of trades, right? But then, you know, if you're doing that all the time, it's not necessarily a good thing. But knowing you have that power of getting in and out or trading as much as you want, it can definitely make a lot of mistakes, or cause a lot of mistakes, I should say. Alright, I guess I'm gonna check the sectors again. Nothing else to check. Still battling 204, still battling 140.89. These updates today are crazy. Alright, IWM. Okay, wait. We might have something here. Exiting 204.50s with bears. This could actually bring us back down to where this hammer caught support. Maybe see today's open get tested. This could be a good drawdown trade. Apple, Google. Seeing a couple more flip red on my chart over here, but then at the same time others are flipping back green. Definitely a settling type morning so far, which can actually make up for a really good lunchtime or power hour market. Give you good moves for some different opportunities. Jump roping key levels on key sectors. That is the epitome of this morning. See if that keeps happening or not. See, but this is an amazing start because Leland will wake up and there will be structure on the chart, and then we'll get really good setups. So just wait for Leland to type something, and then that's when you know the good setups are about to come. So we haven't really gotten a break of structure yet. You just still have higher lows appearing, but this might be the first time the higher lows start breaking. I'm kind of looking at this angle right here. If you're just looking at where we pushed up from, hit right here, we're just kind of still holding higher lows from here, but this might be the first time a recent higher low is actually broken, because every single time they've made this low, came back up, didn't break, didn't break, didn't break, didn't break. Getting a little bit of an aggressive test there, and it could just easily bounce and continue back up, but I'm just saying, since this higher low trend started, we are finally getting a potential break of that, which would be the first to happen today. I don't really count the open because that's the first candle. It's the first trend change of the day. We've been up all day, right? We've been up, new highs, new higher lows. Finally get a new lower high, and we get a break of the recent higher low. This is our first trend change of the day. And it's still holding 514. And we're still above current day open. Alright, I'm sorry, I'm back. I got a muffin. I come back and this is what I see. A hammer above today's open. Finally got our first break too. We talked about that being the first trend change on the day, kind of breaking that upward angle a little bit. And if this rejects here, remember this would be another lower high. Five rejections of 514.50. Still, if you have to get anywhere. Looks like the breakdown did continue from our little bit of talking about it on the IWM chart. Have not made it down to that target yet, but pretty close. Keep a good look on that on that kind of meat of that hammer right there. What is the level? 203.79. Still battling 204 on XLK, and we are not battling 140.89 as much on healthcare, but they are under it now with some buyers showing up. No real move or indication from the other three sectors except maybe XLC. They are at their today's high, pretty close to breaking it. Honestly, if you told me to guess what time it was, I would not have been able to. Because it feels like 11:30. It's only 10:10. That muffin's alright. Oh, damn. I keep clicking the wrong button. No, I don't want to buy that. Actually, looks like it's going to break down pretty soon. We just don't have any actual open range breakout yet. But I do like the trend change on the 1 minute. Which, again, guys, this is a big make or break for a lot of people in trading lately, is being able to tell just higher lows and lower highs. So you can see, just from the start of the day, above our today's open at least, you can see we had these nice higher lows appearing multiple times. And other side of the trend, we had higher highs appearing multiple times. Every time a higher low held, a new high was made. Higher low was held. We didn't make a new high there, but we didn't make a new low there either. So then we ended up making a new high, and now you can kind of see this the trend change in that. You can see we now have lower highs, multiple now, and kind of breaking this little bit of a higher low trend we had going here. We don't have a higher low right here now. They've broken that, so now we have a potential change in trend. Now, it is important that bulls continue to hold this area, but it's also important that sellers over time create these lower highs, create these new lows. They can't just pop it once and sell off every time. If that was the case, we'd all be rich, or not, because it'd be so obvious that we wouldn't be able to take the trades. So they can't make it super obvious. But momentum has shifted a little bit. We can tell that just through the trend. Does that make sense, everybody? If it made sense, drop like a thumbs up or an emoji or one of your favorite reactions on YouTube or Discord, just so I know you guys understand that, because the lows and the highs, that really is more important than anything. Like, the levels are strong, candlestick patterns are cool and all, but I mean, I would genuinely say the most important thing is tracking trend. Lows and highs. You can also, you know, properly place them around good areas of the chart. Like if you see multiple lower highs under a supply or multiple higher lows holding a demand, it gives you higher probability situations. It should push you into a trade at that point. Kevo says bull trap, trap of the trap, to the trap. Inserting Admiral Akbar meme. It's a trap. But yeah, if you can just track those, I feel like it'll give you better situations and you'll feel more comfortable in your trades. Because you really shouldn't be taking a trade where you're sitting here having to sell yourself on something like, no, it does look good, it does look good, get into that. Like, no, it should look so good that there's no need to even think about it, and it just pushes you in. Also, the from open context, you know, because I feel like that gives you good ranging as well. Like if we're below it, it should be bearish. If we're above it, be bullish. It's just a good kind of basic rule. But what about if we're doing both? You know, what if we're creating higher lows above it and kind of looking weak? Then that's just a yellow flag. We're not really looking to trade yellow flags. We're just looking to trade more passive scenarios that look good for us. Like right now, you could even make the argument that calls look good right here and say, I'm going to get in this, and if it breaks under this recent hammer, the one that I'm circling around, if it breaks under that recent hammer, you're out. You know, that'd be a good trade. That'd be a good trade because it makes sense. Stop out point makes sense. Why you're buying here would make sense. Yeah, guys, sorry for not the exciting morning. I always like when we get an exciting morning because it makes the early part of the stream a little bit more entertaining. Try to be as talkative as I can in the beginning because I know it can be like this sometimes. But not much we can do. But that's why it's good though, whenever you're bored or you feel like you're just kind of getting out of hand, to remind yourself what is important. Remind yourself, what are we looking at on the sectors? What are we looking at on the top 2 sectors? What are we looking at on SPY? Bigger time frame, smaller time frame? Whatever you have to do to keep your mind busy. You don't want to have one of those days where you're like, oh, well, I was doing good, and then I took a trade just randomly, and then I took a loss, and now I don't really know why I lost money or why I traded, blah, blah, blah. You know, just should have a good preparation. The market not being exciting is all your fault, Bueller. Trust me, I wish I was in control of it. I would have made it a lot more entertaining than this. That'd be a pretty cool movie idea. Have someone who's like completely new and just give them like a phone or something that controls the markets. I don't know where they would get this from or the context of how they got to this point, but just have them have that phone or whatever, control everything. And then them learning that they do need to be like a market maker to make the markets move correctly, because you can't just drop and rally the market every other day. That wouldn't be healthy. Creators falling asleep. I know for a fact as soon as I end the stream, y'all will get a one-directional move. That happens more times than not. Leland it's Leland. Leland has the remote, that's for sure. That is a fact. See, I told y'all we weren't gonna get a move till Leland typed. He still didn't type. At least didn't hear it. And thank you guys for supporting the latest video on the channel. This was a pretty cool video. We don't do too many of these, and me and Leland talked about it. We'll probably do more of these in the future. But we both collabed on a video where we both took a trade, and all just really cool combos in here, really. It's about 19 minutes. It's a little lengthy, but very interesting take on a couple of different things. We talk about trend a lot in that, so I hope you guys check that out. But thank you to everybody who has supported up till now. Leland sleeping in because of this PA. Oh, he knows, man. He just knows beforehand. He knows. Someone needs to wake the bear. Go wake Leland. Market doesn't move. Leland wakes up. Yeah, we need that. Someone go shake his bed. I always thought you closed stream because a move was coming. Oh, yeah. I wish I was that good. Now, honestly, I think on some of those days, I just get to the point where I feel like a move is coming, but I'm just at that inevitable, like, attrition. I'm like, man, I'm too tired to even look at this stuff. Like, I'll probably go trade it myself, but just, like, without speaking out loud or thinking, you know? Because it's just, like, we've been streaming for, like, well, on those days, it'll be like we're streaming for, like, 3 hours, and then nothing happens, and then we end the stream, and then we just kind of, like, everybody goes in their own ways and chills, and then it moves. Which that doesn't happen every time, but it is pretty funny how many times it happens. I try to keep a good attitude about it because it can be a little weird and awkward whenever you end your stream and then the market starts just making these vast moves. Not even because of news sometimes. Sometimes it's literally just like it's been setting up for it. Like right now. I would say this is setting up for something. Will it happen today? Maybe. Might not. But either way, big moves come from days like this. Consolidation like this. The indecision, the jump roping. Every time we go up and we fail to make a new high, or we do make a new high and come back down instantly, that's ruining the confidence in buyers. Vice versa for bears. So this could just be setting up something.
They are trying to hold that 514 again after losing it not so long ago. And again, still above today's open, so we have to assume there are more buyers than sellers here above that level. 5 minute left on a... Why is the heart in the way? 5 minute left on a possible 15-minute inside bar. Oh, I see what you're saying. 5 minutes left of the 15... Okay, okay. I got you now, I got you. No, you're good. I'm the slow one in that regard. I didn't figure out what you were trying to say until I read it like twice. I was like, oh, okay, okay. No, that helps me because I don't even think about it sometimes. Like right now, you're actually 5 minutes away from a 15-minute and a 30-minute candle closing. Tobias says, I need to take vacation more often. I did more today and yesterday than the week before my holiday. I am just pumping out code like there is no tomorrow. I need you to code me a bot that copies my trades to other people's accounts. No, that's awesome though, Tobias, getting that little break and then that refresher and then getting back into work and just feeling good about everything. Yeah, but I don't trust those products. Give it up, Bulls, come on. Mel's calling for the death of the chart. And remember, guys, what we talked about, lower highs and stuff, ever since that trend change, yes, we've really only made one low, and then they've held that low a little bit. But what have we kept intact ever since making that trend change? Lower highs. So bears are definitely present, or a lot more present, I should say, than the first half of this morning. Kind of sucks that all this is happening above current day open, because if it wasn't, this probably would have fell by now. I really do believe it's because we're above current day open still. Let's go check on our other weights too to see what's really causing this. We're looking at XLV and XLK mostly. We see healthcare lost 140.89, but not really a big move away from this yet, possibly still seeing rejection of that. And we can see we are still rejecting the 204s on XLK on tech chart. So if this keeps up, we should get some more pullback on SPY. If a retake of 204 or a retake of this level here happen on both XLK and XLV, then we should actually be seeing a lot more buyers step into this chart here as we're approaching this very, very, very important intraday pivot move, intraday pivot zone, whatever you want to call it, pivot point. Tobias, yeah, for real. Way too much competition. Me watching this PA. Not wrong. And thank you, Daffy and Eric, for posting the news today and keeping everyone updated. News in 2 months? Nah, you're good. I knew you meant. 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, actually less than a minute. Less than a minute. Which, these don't always move everything, but it's just good to know when news is coming out. More than not, guys, you really got to focus on your price action and your levels more, no matter the news. But it's just good to know when news is coming. Don't let it dictate how you trade. Carter updating the potential 15-minute inside bar closing as a possible doji. Good call out, man. And good update. Some of these updates, when you're saying them to yourself or saying them to the chat, they might not feel like you're updating much because it's, you know, sometimes not that important. Sometimes it's just whatever. But it's still good to update it or be in the routine of updating or just telling, you know, the story of the chart or what's happening like you are right now, Carter. Candle to candle analysis. It's just good practice. There's nothing wrong with it. Not every candle will be telling you buy or sell, but it's good to go through the practice like you are to get those reps. Keeps me more comfortable in a position too. That's good. Yeah, I kind of like do this weird like counter in my head where if I'm like saying things about the price and I'm like, all right, I like that it's doing this, this, and this, and I'm like, man, I got like 5 things telling me to buy, and I've had 0 things telling me otherwise, then I'll just get in. I won't even think about it. And I feel like it's just good to kind of update like you are, because you'll also stack up confirmations or things that tell you bull or bear or nothing, you know. I feel like you're able to stack up a little bit of a better probability in your head while you're looking at the price action. Like, oh, I got 4 things telling me this is bearish, but I got like this one thing from earlier saying bulls, and that was invalidated. Just kind of like tracking all that stuff. I know it sounds weird how I'm explaining it, but it's just how it feels. They're actually going to try to hold that 514 with the second low again. If another lower high pops up here, everybody's just trapped in this. I need to use that more when I'm losing too, to say, hey, it's time to get out of this. No, you're right. It's not just for validations or for when you're right or when a confirmation is working. It's also for the opposite, when nothing is happening or when something is happening but it's going against you in validation. Where are you bullish at? Where are you bearish at? How is price reacting to that? How is price navigating that? Do what Kevo says. I mean, he's just following the levels. Just follow the levels. Don't stray away from them. I think what y'all see behind Mel and Kevo and Leland and other people in chat that you might be a fan of in the group, I think what you see in them is not just someone who's practiced the levels a lot, but it's someone who's practiced them so much that they have the confidence of acting on them. And that's really what you're trying to work towards right now, is getting the confidence and knowledge and the reps, the memory, the muscle memory we always talk about, you know, getting past all that to get to that point where you're at the point of trying to gain confidence acting on those levels. You know, and that takes time. That's not something easy at all. Definitely not easy at all. We'll do some 51.25s, Mel. Loose stop loss. I need to go check out my dog in a minute. I haven't seen her in a like hour. This dog could be tearing up the house for all I know. 100% comes with them reps. Can only win when putting yourself in the fire, learning from it. Exactly. You got to put yourself at risk. I mean, there's no gain, there's no reward without risk ever. But it's always funny to me because, like, it's okay to be wrong, but don't ever let you being wrong be the thing that breaks you, if that makes sense. Because some people, they want to be like a perfection, I guess is what I'm getting on about. Perfectionists, though, they will get screwed. Because it sucks. Like, it's weird. Like, when you're trading, you gotta be good at being wrong. And to some extent, it's a really weird feeling. And a really weird way of me putting that, but that is how it is. Being a good loser. And then understanding, like, alright, I'm wrong, bet, I'm out. And then right there, you just gave yourself the best chance on your next trade. Because now you've minimized your loss. And now you've maximized your chance of, okay, well, when I make a gain on my next trade, it won't be so diminished because of my previous trade in which I lost 600% or 100, not 600%, you know what I mean, 100%. But it's just funny because it is weird though, but being a good loser actually creates a good winner. Because yeah, that's hard as a human, it's hard to do. It's not even just about who you are as a person. No, it's weird. It felt weird saying it like that, I'm not gonna lie. But by knowing that you're wrong at that exact instance, you're like, okay, well, I can move on from this. I'll do this, and you're able to micromanage, you know, your way out. But a lot of reps, a lot of muscle memory. How was everyone's morning so far, though? A little bit over 2 hours from the open now. About 7 minutes beyond that point now. But how's everyone's morning so far? Hasn't been super exciting. If anything, we've just gotten some nice, clean range price action so far. Sure, a lot of you are pretty bored. Which is okay to admit. You're allowed to be bored. Just don't let it actually affect you. Don't be like, yeah, I'm bored, and then randomly jump into other stuff. That would just be gambling. Dead LL every day. Doesn't have to be a trading day. 100%, you're right. Ash Millie is correct. I am bored but also disciplined. 100%. I like how you put that. Getting chopped up but trading light. And that's a good way to approach it. I like that a lot. So you're all in the right mindset. I don't need to be reminding y'all. Sit back, watch, learn, tap in. way too distant when I'm off the train. Yep, and they're holding multiple higher lows above 514 now. They're making it awkward for both sides. Because on the highs of our day, we're dealing with lower highs that are rejecting, and we look like we're trying to change the trend again a second time in the day. A little awkward. Of course, it's between the two things that would be there. Alright, I need to go back to max daily. Where is it at? There it is. Rectangle tool. The low of the move, the top of the last red candle for the reversal up. Of course they're touching that. Kind of in a bearish way so far until proven otherwise. This is the highest they've been. Well, not the highest they've been since touching it. They reached here before. Previous day high. Just gotta keep it on watch. If I delete that though, because of it being invalidated, wait, was it invalidated? Yes, it was. And I need to go off these zones, not those. So I'm trying to hide current price so I can just focus on zones. So I'm just gonna focus on this recent dip then. So we'll go from here to here. Edit properties. 2025. Got another one here. It was weird, I clicked like 3 times and it didn't click. And then on the way up, we gotta do that now. Demand. Excuse me. Edit properties, 2025. That sits. Got a little bit of a supply here. Add that. I'm gonna add in between that. Alright, so that one's done. I'm just kind of charting stuff I want to chart right now, guys, because we're just kind of bored looking at SPY right now. Not gonna lie. We go to the 2-day 5-minute. This is our day on SPY right now. Healthcare, we're watching them lose support of 140.89, which is a very, very important level, and we were watching tech give up 204s. We see them actually overtaking it now, which is very important for momentum on that side. But right now, because of just minimal movement on SPY and SPX and that stuff, I'm just going to go to chart some bigger time frames for a little bit. And in a few minutes, we'll see if we're still bouncing or if we're not. But you can see we have a lot of different sectors giving us different information. Whoa, where'd that go? I'm going to mark the all-time high, but I don't normally do this. I just want to have it marked since we're actually close to it. I'm going to add a halfway point. I did not do this on the previous chart. It's just a very fancy way of adding a halfway point of a larger range. So if I have an important level here and here, and I have nothing in between, sometimes it's smart to add that fib so you can get the in-between. Oops, see, I almost messed up. Gotta go from this one. See you later, Tobias. Have a good day, man. Tobias. Tobias Sensei. Alright, 2025. Let's get the all-time high supply. 2025. Got another one here. Got another one here. Wait, that's not right. Then it rejected from here and here. So it is from here. Okay, never mind. I was correct. Just didn't feel right because it's so large. It's basically this whole candle. So I think that makes me want to change it actually. I'm gonna go from that high to that open. I don't want to have that zone so damn big. Which normally I'm not messed up by that, but it just felt a little unnecessarily large when there's already a more important gap between 415 and 425 right up above. And it looks like I'm missing a demand to some extent. Gotta be from this rally most likely. You got a little bit of a level here that holds as a higher low. Then you actually have a real zone that holds here. Multiple candles actually sit there, not just one. Good rally here. You got another one right here. And that should be it. Let's go see. Yeah, that should be it. So yeah, I guess we're seeing a little bit of a dark cloud cover on John Deere, but I don't know if I'd call it that after the first reaction. Plus, it's only 10:49. It's not even that late in the day yet. XLK, new high of day, great call out. Yeah, 204 is very significant for that chart. On the other hand, we have 141 very significant on the XLV chart. We got banks moving up a little bit from that recent dip they just took, but they're not looking too pretty. Discretionary, literally just alive. And by what I mean by that is they're just trading within itself right now. They're just trading to the right of the screen, not doing really anything. Comms moving up. This is a good sign. We do have an outside sector actually doing something. I also believe XLE is killing it today. Yeah, they're killing it. They just don't weigh that much, so I haven't really mentioned them. Again, I'm mainly covering the top 5 sectors. If you click on SPY, then analyze, and you're on the fundamentals page, you can see who's all the top sector or top weights, and then you can see who the top sectors are. You'll see energy is actually only less than 4% of the market. They're not even as much as Staples or XLI. So, and you'll see right here, tech, almost 30% of the market. That's why we keep such a close eye on that. It's very important. Every time that makes a new high, the SPY chart feels it. Every time that breaks structure, creates a lower high and pulls back, SPY feels it. The market feels it. That's why I also say when you have these power moves, I guess is what we should start calling them, with XLK and XLV moving at the same time, that's a power move. It's very strong. I need to plug my phone in, damn. Ignore all the other lines when I'm drawing that. I'm looking for the orange line every time I do that. I'm just looking for a halfway point. If you're newer, that probably is a little overwhelming. Damn, I haven't had to do this in a long time. I think Tesla and AMD and maybe a couple of the tech charts are the few things I ever have to do this on, but I never normally have to add a halfway point of a halfway point. But on this chart, I'm going to. It's going to be a little rough. It won't be perfect, but it'll be close. It's just because that range is so wide. Now we can go to the daily. I always like to look at current price and then switch over to get the zones and stuff, just to kind of give a good look at what it looks like without everything. So that's a zone. Bottom of the candle to the top of the last red candle. Bottom of the loop, move to the top of the last red candle. Nothing really there, nothing really there. Huh, I guess it's this whole last candle right here. 2025. Another move up. Kind of like the all-time high supply. Kind of like earlier. I'm going to cheat. So because I don't want to draw a zone that's like this big, I'm just going to go from the other high to the open of that green candle. And do that. A little easier to manage. A little easier to look at. Alright, so they are actually jumping off of demand. It's not like they just dropped from earnings and fell to nowhere. They did fall, and it wasn't just to the recent low. There is actually a zone here. Built a little pin bar move, little hammer. Positive print, both having higher opens. So it looks like they are just trying to work towards that gap fill for AMD. Which I went to go chart this one because I feel like we should swing trade AMD more. It is a little bit pricier than some of you are probably used to from before, but it still moves really well. Here's the 1 minute Hive day supply. Let's see if it actually reacts to it. I mean, it kind of did already, but let's see if it continues to react to it or not. I don't normally draw those. Kind of interested if we should backtest those or more. The same method as what I do on my daily time frame or my 5 minute. I just don't typically add it on the 1 minute because it's so small sometimes. But guys, it's almost 11 o'clock. I think I'm going to end the stream here, go take care of a couple things, and then post some charts end of day if I see anything I like on the swing side of things. I also need to recheck what kind of earnings we have and if there's any news tomorrow, so make sure to look at that as well before posting. But just remember, XLV 141, XLK 204. Very important levels on very important sectors before I leave. You are just under today's high of day here on the 1 minute. I mean, all time frames really, but you're just under the high of day. Looks like they want to retest it. We have higher lows holding above 514, so technically, yes, the trend is bullish. It just feels a little awkward because you don't have that new high of day push yet. So kind of looking at that right now. If you get a good rejection here and a break of 513.75, your today's open, that could lead to a really good bearish move. So both plans, both sides, don't want to ignore either or. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the rest of today. Thank you guys again for joining the stream either on Discord or YouTube. I appreciate each and every one of you. We had over 140 clicks on today's YouTube stream, so a lot of people were tuning in. And thank you again. I appreciate everybody for the updates and the reviews of their trades and the results. Regardless of them being a win or a loss, it's still nice to learn from each and every one of you, and vice versa. So I'll see you guys later on, and thank you again.